Hello everyone, this is Eric Erdman, and you're listening to Dealing the Mobile Sound, where we try to spotlight our beautiful music scene here in the Mobile, Alabama area. And when Lynn Olshu approached me about this podcast, we thought what better place to do it from than Callahan's. It's one of the staple music venues in our community, and we love it, and we're proud to be here and thankful that they let us do it. And while we were here at Callahan's discussing what this podcast might look like, or sound like, rather, we were sitting around the table in the green room when we realized it wasn't just a table, it's a poker table. So we decided, rather than just do a generic interview, we would make this metaphorical poker game and have a little fun with our guest. And today our guest is my friend.
Yes.
She's soulful, she's wonderful, smooth, funky, all the things I love about music. The one, the only, Miss Symone French.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me, Eric.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm excited to be here. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. It's
really
been too long.
It really has. It really has.
So we'll call it a podcast, but it's really just catching up with my friend for an hour, right?
Honestly, for real, that's all it is. I was like, I can't wait to see him.
Yeah.
I've seen your mom more than I've seen you recently.
Yeah, well,
and I love her.
For those that don't know, my mom is not only a stand-up comedian, she's also probably the biggest music lover there is, and she's always out at everyone's show.
Yes,
so
always supporting.
Usually when I go in a place, they go, Eric, where's your mom?
Exactly. Same.
Yeah.
Same. Absolutely.
Yeah, your mom's the same way, right?
Mm-hmm. It's always, where's your mom? Is she coming? Is she coming? So, yeah, they're her fans, not mine, actually.
Well, and I don't know about you, but I'm perfectly okay with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, there's lots to love about the Mobile music scene, and I don't want this to be sounding like it's our team versus their team. It's not that. We're just proud of what we have, and I think it's different enough and unique that it deserves to have a little spotlight on it. Mm-hmm. And one thing I've always loved about the songs I've heard from you is that they're blended. It's not a pure one solid genre. It's a meld, and I love that about all my favorite music from here. Mm-hmm. Do you think did that just come naturally out of you, or do you think it was, you were influenced by what you heard in the area, or is it both?
It is definitely a mix of both. Growing up, and I've talked about this before, there was always music in the house, always. And while my parents didn't let me watch everything on TV, they were a lot more lenient with like the music. You know what I'm saying? So we could really, listen to whatever we wanted to within reason. And then my parents themselves, they always had great music taste. So
give me some examples. What type of thing?
So Dad is definitely more singer-songwriter, James Taylor, Paul Simon, Bonnie Raitt, Van Morrison, things like that on that side. Santana. Santana was always playing in the house. But then, there was a lot of Lauryn Hill, Tina Marie, Prince.
Yep.
I mean, the oldies. It was really just a little bit of everything. He was. Country. I definitely went through a LeAnn Rimes phase. There was a Gretchen Wilson phase. I mean, it's been really all over the place, really and truly. So.
But that makes so much sense because I could, now that I hear you say that, I hear all of those things in your gumbo of music that you make.
Yeah.
And that must be why I love it, because that's very similar background to what I had.
Yeah, it was gospel, it was rap, it was, jazz, everything.
Yeah.
Everything, really, honestly, everything. So shout out to my folks, really and truly, because I don't realize what, like, a gift that was until I'll have friends, and we'll be talking about music, and they were like, oh, I didn't listen to that growing up. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't listen to that growing up? What did you listen to? And it was, well, some people are just more strict with what is played in the house. And
I always find that, there's a time, especially if you're a creator in music, that you'll feel like guilty or embarrassed that you don't know all of an artist. There are people that my mentors mention, and I know I'm supposed to know
Yeah.
that stuff, and I don't. And then one of them really opened my eyes. They're like, never apologize for that.
Right.
Because there are things you have that I don't have.
Yeah.
That's what part of your DNA. That's part of your fingerprint, and that's what we want, some new blended thing. But it is funny because there have been times where somebody goes, it's like this song. I'm like, I've never heard that song. They're like, of course you have.
But then
it
you
was
get to
number
discover
one.
it. And then you get to discover it.
That's the other
and
thing.
So,
if you know everything, there's no discovery.
There's no magic in it. And I just recently, I'm always discovering stuff that, I probably should have definitely heard. But I was listening to other things. And so to hear these things for the first time with like adult ears and adult experience, it's just like, oh my word.
That's interesting too. Because you might not be able to fully digest it at 13 years old. And then, you're grown.
Yeah.
It'll hit you different.
Exactly. I love songwriting. I love music. I just love everything about it. The way it makes you feel, everything.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Obviously, we're both lifers.
Right, exactly.
And, another thing that I know is big for you, just being a fan of yours and watching, is the community, the connection. Like I feel not only with other artists, but you and like the people, your fans that come to listen to you.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I find. I mean, of course, every music scene has some version of that, but Mobile music scene is really good about being a family.
Yeah.
And everybody taking care of each other.
Absolutely.
And, for example, at the end of each podcast, we ask the guests to suggest another Mobile area artist that we might should check out and have on the podcast, or the listeners should listen to. And every one of them has mentioned Symone French. So I was like,
so sweet.
It makes me proud.
And that makes me feel very warm and fuzzy inside, because it's, like you said, we really do take care of each other. It's very close knit. It's people who come to every show,
right?
And if not every show, every other show. They're here,
including
weekend
both
after,
of our moms.
Exactly. They're weekend after weekend, and that's dedication. That's real love. And even artist to artist, we support each other. We pop up at shows. Well, obviously, we do it more if we could, because we're generally always all playing at the same time. But
that's what as funny as it is, I'm laughing at myself. But when I was like, they all mentioned Symone, and I'm proud of it. It's like, that has nothing to do with me. I just feel like you're my little sister, and I'm like, you should be mentioned as, you know what I mean?
No,
we're all one family.
We really are. We really, really are, and it's always fun when I get to collab with different musicians. I was just in this building last week with Phil and Stan, and and they're like my music godfathers is what I call them. So it's really nice to know where I came from, dealing with my stage fright and just being a baby in this community. And
let's talk about it. Well, let's get to that. Let's look. We got this metaphorical card game we're going to get to. We will get to that story in a moment. But first, let's get to the first part of our Texas Hold'em, and that's the flop.
Deal me in.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
The flop. So, in this part, we're going to talk about a song that you wrote. You felt deep in your soul, and you couldn't wait to get it on stage into a microphone, and then you went out and played, and it didn't necessarily translate the way you thought to the audience. Note, that does not mean the song is bad. It can still be your favorite song. It just might be relegated to the living room as opposed to stage.
Okay, so I was thinking about this question, and this may sound crazy. I'm going to kind of answer this and kind of not. I'm definitely going to answer it, though. But I am in a really, really fortunate position where everything that I've put out, it seems to have a pretty good reception.
That's great.
However, me, I'm the critic.
Okay.
Just not too long ago, I was singing one of my originals, and I was singing the lyrics, and I was like, who the heck wrote this? And it's an older song, and I just don't necessarily relate to it anymore. And
interesting.
I still, love the song, but it's just, it's not indicative of like where I am in my life anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's
that
definitely
makes perfect sense.
It's definitely like old things that I was going through. And I was listening as I sang. I said, girl, what are you talking about? You do not feel that way. You do not think like that anymore.
Well, two things. One, it's right to the point we were talking about a moment ago. Songs mean different things to you when you're 15 than they do when you're 30.
Yes,
whatever the case might be. And so maybe that was the most important song when you wrote it.
Exactly. It was definitely very, very early 20s. Frontal lobe has not developed yet vibes.
Well, we need those songs too.
Exactly.
I got some of my favorite songs of those.
Yes.
What I find interesting is the songs that we liked when those frontal lobes were developing. We'll take those with us through the time, but we don't give the same grace to the next generation when their frontal lobe, like, this song is stupid. And that's like, well, it's not any dumber than the one you were listening to.
Let the kids have their fun.
That's right.
Let them have their fun.
That's what I say.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also, this makes me think what you were just saying. I wonder, like some of the greats you mentioned, the James Taylors and the, Bonnie Raitt. I wonder if there's songs in their catalog that, they clearly can't admit that they don't relate to anymore because they've moved, they've moved on. And the fans are paying good money to see it, and they're good performers, so they perform the song. But you wonder if they're up there doing their taxes in their head.
I'm sure. I feel like I've heard instances of this happening with like popular artists, but it's crazy when that realization hit me, and I was like, wow, I was happy though, because I was like, good, I have seen some growth in my in my own self, so it's time to write new stories.
Well, that's being mature too as a writer. You gotta realize that everything isn't precious. Like, even if you thought it was at the time, you gotta go, might be nice to reflect on that with a critical ear. That's all right. We grow. That's the process of this.
And I try very hard not to focus too much on the outside opinions. Just putting it pretty, especially when it comes to the songwriting. Because these songs, they're mine. You know what I'm saying? They're my kids. They're my little babies. So, and they're all pretty relatively, true to my story. So, while I might hope that you like them, if you don't, then that's okay too. That's fine too.
I love it. I love you. That's how everybody should be.
I'm just doing it for the love of the game,
But that's part of our job, right? As a performer, as an artist, that's not our job. Our job is to do what you just said: express our thing, how we're feeling, 100% authentically. But as a performer of the songs, clearly the idea is to have someone else who has experienced a similar thing but not been able to express it themselves. So you're being their mouthpiece, for that thing. So on those, that's what I mean. The song's not bad from an artistic standpoint. It could be whatever, but on the interaction with the crowd, some of our children don't get picked.
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you look out there and it's crickets.
Team.
Sometimes it's crickets out there. And hey,
but
I just say the crickets liked it.
but to your point, if you were singing it and you're feeling it, you won the battle. There is no loss there. I mean, you'd prefer it if you loved it, and so did everybody else. But you don't have to hang your head and feel bad about it, because it still did.
Yeah, it served its purpose.
Yeah.
And it takes so much to do what you and others and. That's great. Like, when you really think about it, like getting up in front of a bunch of people and playing your music, and it's scary. It's kind of scary, for real.
Well, since we're talking about your music and how far you have come, let's talk about this recent gig you did with Macy Gray, because I saw that. I was very I was proud. I was out of town on the gig, or I would have been there front and center. So tell me about it. Was it as good as I thought it looked?
That was, I think it's October. That happened in the beginning of August. I think I'm just now coming down and feeling normal again after that, because it was amazing. It was amazing. Very nice lady. Very, very sweet lady. They tell you never to meet your idols. That's what they always say. But I lucked up. I've lucked up twice now, meeting people that I love, and they've been super sweet. And so it was a great experience. It was really cool. We did our songs. And then I got to play with her.
I saw little snippets on social media, and I thought it was really gracious and cool of her to have you come out and like sing her big, massive hit.
Nuts.
Not
We
just a song, but like
we were standing backstage. I was watching the show, and I had already put my stuff up. I had my Crocs on. I was clocked out, y'all. I was off the clock. And she had come backstage to do an outfit change. She was getting ready to come back. She stopped at the doorway, and she was getting ready for her cue. And I was just standing there trying to be cool, not bother the lady because she was working. And I'm just enjoying the show. And she looks over at me. She says, "You want to do something?" I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like, again, still trying to play it cool. Yeah, of course, sure, yeah, love that. And I said, "What would you like to do?" And she said, "I'd try." And I said, "Yeah,
of course,
yeah."
Yeah.
And then she said, "Well, where's your guitar?" And I have a nasty little habit of sometimes downplaying myself or my gifts. And I feel like a lot of people probably sometimes have that issue. And so I don't necessarily consider myself like a guitar player. Obviously I am, but my first thing has always been singing. And so to have Macy Gray say, "Go get your guitar, play this song," I was literally, y'all, running through the streets of downtown Mobile to get to my car.
You already put it in your car?
I'm telling you, I clocked out.
Well,
I said, "I'm about to watch the show and kick back and relax."
I'm clocked out and crocked up.
She said, "Not yet. Not yet." I'm sprinting.
That
sequins
is
flying. All you see are sequins and Crocs flying down Dolphin Street trying to get to my car, get my stuff, and get back. That's why I was on stage in Crocs. I didn't even put my shoes back on.
Well, the snippet that I saw, you look smooth, calm, and collected. So it's
anything
funny
but.
to me that you were sprinting right before that.
But I was actually freaking out. I couldn't believe it. I have that original CD.
Oh, yeah.
Like with the sticker from probably Blockbuster or FYE or whatever store it was in the 90s. Like, so just like, when I talk about the stuff that was playing in the house, that CD was a big one. That was in the rotation. And so fast forward 20 years. It's crazy. It's really, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed.
I love that type of story right there where you get to meet one of your heroes and they treat you like you would hope they.
Yeah, she did a fit check with me and everything. I got to explain to her what a fit check was. I'm mad. That's on my resume now. Fit check with Macy Gray. Yes.
So good. Well, I'm so happy to see your star rising because we all knew you were a star first time we saw you, but it makes me feel good to see you, get some of your deserved accolades. Why don't you play us a song if you feel like it?
I will play you a song.
Well, tell us about it. Which one are you going to play for us?
Let's see. We'll do a newer song. Yeah, this is a newer one. In my early 30s, I went through a lot of changes. And so I had to write some new songs to kind of reflect those changes. And this is one of them, and it's called Flow. And it's just about going with the flow of life. Hey. I take it one day at a time. We'll see better days, we're in our prime. His light is shining down on me. I'm working out this prophecy. These dollars, they just come to me. Find your flow, save your energy. Find your flow, save your energy. Find your flow, save your energy. This life, it ain't so bad to see. We're the lucky ones, yeah, you and me. Got some brothers who ain't made it, y'all. On these prayers standing 10 feet tall. Everything works in my favor. I got that drip, got that flavor. From my crown to the soles of my feet. Find your flow, save your energy. Hey. Find your flow. Find your flow, yeah. Find peace, he's finding. Find peace, he's finding. Find peace, he's finding. Find peace, yeah, yeah, yeah. Find peace, he's finding. Find peace, he's finding. Find peace, he's finding. Find peace, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
And I don't know.
Thank you.
I understand that you might, think of yourself primarily as a singer, but as a guitar player in person, I don't want to hear no bad mouthing of your guitar playing skills. That was some pretty hefty chords you were playing there.
Thank you very much. I love that song. I kind of wrote it as an affirmation type vibe.
Yeah, find your flow.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of my life and time fighting against a lot, internally, externally, all the things. And I finally got to a place where I said, you know what? I'm going to just go with the flow. I'm just going to let life come as it comes. I'm going to accept, the things I can and accept the things I can't, and it's worked out. And that's definitely where that song came from.
Well, it definitely feels like you are finding your flow.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, that's a perfect segue into the next part of our card game, because now we're going to go to the turn, which is, please tell us a story that you remember about the time when music turned from maybe being a hobby or something you could do on the side to something you wanted to pursue more professionally.
So I'll start at the very earliest memory. And I actually hadn't thought about this in a while. Lynn was sweet enough to kind of give me a heads up of what was going to go on today. And so I was thinking about this question, and I started crying because it made me think about, I was in the 4th grade, and me and my best friend, she just had a birthday, shout out to her, Erica, if you're listening. We were in the 4th grade, and we did our school talent show. And it was the first singing competition that I'd done, and we won first place. And we had on our matching outfits.
Oh,
I remember them to this day. We got them from JCPenney's. Yeah. Little plaid shirts with a little cami, and they had a little button-down overshirt with some light wash jeans. It was the early 2000s. No, it was 99. It was definitely 99.
Please tell me there's a picture of this that I can see at some point.
I'm gonna have to look. I know my grandfather, God rest his soul, had his camcorder there, but I don't know if I have any of the footage.
If we get a footage would be great, but if we get a picture of that, we will post it with this episode.
Yes,
of the podcast.
I'm gonna look through the archives. I know in that house somewhere my mother has a picture.
I'll ask your mom.
Yes, and we sang a Destiny's Child song. We sang "Say My Name."
Oh, okay.
It won.
Whoops.
And after that, we said, you know what? We were at Snack one day and said, why don't we take this show on the road? And that's what we did. My sister, who is significantly older than me, she was driving at the time, so she acted as our manager. Nice. Our business cards were on index cards, and this was when the Crayola stamp markers were big, and one of the markers was a shamrock, and our group name was Charmed, so it worked out. We would do birthday parties. We did one. I say parties. We did one. And the PA system was my karaoke machine at the time.
They had branding. They were already ready. They were
9 years old. I wasn't playing, Eric. I was not joking around.
Hey, I respect the game.
And look, that was when things started. But as time went on, I started getting in my head. And so I backed off. And so it'd be another probably 15 years before I would step back into music. And that was probably, I was 21. Yeah. I was freshly 21.
And this might be completely wrong, but what was the stepping back into music around the time when Phil and Foster were playing at Mellow Mushroom?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes.
Because that's the first time I kind of came in contact with
And so I had just come back from college, and I was working at Mellow. And so about 21, 22. And we had just had a family vacation where we spent one day in Nashville. And so me and my folks and my sister, we go out down to Broadway, and we pop into a karaoke bar. And my dad's like, come on, Symone, get up there and sing.
Do some Leanne Rhymes. We know you know it.
We know you know it. I didn't go with the Leanne. I actually went with a Little Beatles tune, which, crazy enough, he doesn't like the Beatles, so he probably didn't care for that. But whatever. You got to go with your move, you know.
That's right.
You got to go with your hands.
That's right.
Exactly. So
deal with the cards you're dealt. Play with the cards you're dealt.
Exactly. And so I did my karaoke song, and everybody really responded positively. And that's when I was like, well, I don't know, maybe I'll try it. I don't know. They seem to like it. I mean, granted, they're all, drunk or whatever, but they seem to like it. Let's maybe try. And so,
hey, trust me, all drunk crowds do not necessarily just love you.
This is true. This is also true. And so when I got back home and word got out to Phil and Stan and Duck Barnes and everybody else and Jeff Funk, and they would not let me work my shift without getting up there and singing. And so that helped me get over my stage fright, and it helped me get used to playing with musicians. I had never done that before. Like, I didn't, it was really scary to just get up there.
So were you typically playing guitar and singing at the house? I mean,
I wasn't even
yourself?
playing. I wasn't even playing guitar at this time. I was just singing to the boombox. Singing to the radio. And
so you started playing guitar after Mellow Mushroom? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Probably 2016. No, 13. Yeah, 2013-ish. My mother, for Christmas one year, she said, get dressed, we're going somewhere. And I said, okay. She pulled up a Guitar Center, said, we're going to go in here. I'll get you whatever one you want.
Oh, my
You
God.
have to play it, or I will sell it. I said loud and clear. I wish I would have had time to research, though. She surprised me. I didn't have, I would have really.
Do you remember which one you grabbed?
I got a Yamaha. I got a nice little Ace, the A1C series or whatever it is. I got a little Yamaha, and I played that guitar until just last year. I just got this one, so I played that guitar.
She didn't really want to play guitar, but she was just determined that her mom wasn't going to sell it.
She wasn't going to sell it, and I was also at a point where I was really getting tired of not being self-sufficient.
Right.
In getting from the brain to the, stage what I was thinking. And so that's why I was like, I'm just going to need to learn how to play, because I can't keep depending on other people to help me get my ideas across all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to collaborate, but like you said, if you're dependent upon it, then you won't be able to say specifically what you want. And there's going to be times where that rubs your
Yeah, and then it was
idea.
even as simple as just wanting to play, not even my original stuff, just like trying to get things done and having to call people up, hey, can you play for me? And, I was just like, I don't want to do that. I want to try to do it myself. I think I can do it. Yeah.
Well, clearly you can. So you were correct.
Yeah. So.
But it's cool that of Phil and Stan and Jeff and Duck to get you up. They've been around, and they've definitely molded a large part of this music community for sure. And it wouldn't be the same without him. But
Oh.
now it wouldn't be the same without you. I feel like, and so it's kind of cool to see that the collaboration expand and just keep going, and that's what it is. So.
I used to want to be in this community so bad. My first job, I used to work at Butch Cassidy's, and they didn't always do music, but I remember when Roy started bringing in music, one of the first guys that would be playing there was Ross Newell. And the first time I ever heard that man sing, I was like, what? I loved working when he played, and that was also one of those initial moments of where my wheels started turning, and I was thinking, okay, well, I want to do that. I want to do that.
Right.
And so now to be in this community and to, to be a part of it, it's special. It's really special, and I don't take it lightly.
Yeah. For those of you that are unfamiliar, Ross Newell is a Mobile area songwriter who, by my accounts, is as good as anybody who's ever written a song.
Yeah.
And if you don't know his stuff or his work with the Mulligan Brothers, go check it out. It's we're very proud that it's from here, and it's like I said, it's elite level, and we're honored to be in a place where that exists. Right?
It was the way he interpreted songs. That's what I liked about Ross when I first. It was the way he did his Ross thing to him, and if that was one of those things, I was like, oh, I like being able to take a song from somebody else and put your own little whatever on it. That's so fun. I love that. When people say, Symone, the way you did that song, I've never heard anybody do it like that before. That's such a big compliment.
Yeah, I've heard you do songs. I do too.
I love when people say that. I'm like, yeah.
Sometimes it's cool to hear a song, a cover song done verbatim, but most of the time I really like it if it's like it takes me a minute to even know what song it is, and then I go, oh my God, this is a complete reimagination of this, and I think you do that well. So. Thank you, Ross, for encouraging Symone.
Thank you for the spark.
Little Symone.
Little 15-year-old Symone, for real. Yeah.
All right. Well, time for the next card in our.
Hit me.
The next card is the river. So at the river, we're gonna say, hypothetically, you're going fishing somewhere in the Mobile area. Maybe you have a honey hole we don't know about, but you don't have to divulge on the podcast. But you're taking someone fishing. Who are you taking?
Can I only take one?
You know what? I'm making the rules. You can take as many people as you want.
Okay, perfect. Number one, I'm taking my child.
Oh,
He's the best fisherman I know. Like grown men revere him as a fisherman. So number one, I'm taking him. He's actually the first person that took me fishing at 34 years old, so he's number one on the list. Just for fishing control to help me know what to do.
We got to have something to eat when we get back.
Exactly. The second person I'm going to bring Amy Winehouse.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about the songs. Next person, Stevie Wonder.
Oh my gosh.
I need to talk about the songs. Okay. I need to know.
Okay.
I need to know what was going on when you wrote Jesus Children of America. I need you to talk me through that session. That is one of my favorite songs. I'm bringing Whitney.
Oh.
Whitney Houston. She coming fishing too. It's a crazy fishing trip.
I was like,
but I'm excited.
Bring your boy.
Yes, Eric,
if you're gonna have Amy Winehouse, Fox, and Stevie, come on, bring me.
Last one, final answer. I'm bringing Sly Stone as well.
Ooh, yes. This is gonna be one soulful, funky.
Exactly, because I'm hoping that him and Stevie just don't even be worried with the fish, and they just start banging away at whatever they turn into instruments. I'm sure they could make anything into instruments.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's what
They'll
I'm
be
hoping
listening
for.
to the real spin.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's my hodgepodge group
perfect.
of fishing
Best
companions.
fishing trip ever.
For real.
Save one seat in the boat for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, do you have another song you'd like to play for us before you get out of here?
Let's
Don't
see.
feel pressured, but if you have one, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. Let's see which one. Maybe the first song. I talked about Amy Winehouse, so I'll play. This was the first song that I ever wrote on guitar, and it felt like all of my practice and everything paid off. I was very proud of this one. And it's inspired by her song, Love's a Losing Game. But this is called Love's Still a Losing Game. I'm lonely, and it's my own fault. The grass is greener, at least that's what I thought. I'm lonely, and I'm the one to blame. Amy told me, Amy told me, love is a losing game. Yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't listen. Now all I've got is rain. Rain and Jameson, yeah, to help me ease the pain. I'm lonely, oh, oh, and I'm the one to blame. Amy told me, Amy told me, love is a losing game. Hey, hey, I didn't listen, yeah, I never listened, I never listened. I never listened. I didn't listen.
I could listen to you sing all day. Symone French, everybody.
Thank you so much, Eric.
I just love listening to your voice. It's smooth and buttery and all the wonderful warm things. But we keep talking often, and you hear it said a lot, how our community is like a gumbo or a tapestry or some kind of quilt of all these different styles. But I think because that is the crucible, if you will, it also makes the need for individuality in this sound of your voice, it makes that much more important because it's such a blend of styles, and I can recognize your voice, out of a lineup of, and I think everybody else could too. You have such a recognizable voice, and I think that's great. And that's
Thank you.
When you're hunting for an artist, that's what you're looking for. Someone you can know it's them from the first beat, and that's definitely what you got.
Wow, thank you so much.
We're so thankful that you're sharing your time and beautiful
Thank
music
you.
with us.
Of course, we got to get back in the lab.
Yes, we do.
You
Yes,
and me.
we do. I still play our song Scissors every
Look,
gig.
I need to.
are
You got to
people-
teach it to me so I can play it.
There are
So
people that have a whole choreography to that song. that
you
come to the front
FaceTimed me, and
of
I
the
love
stage.
that. What was I doing? And you FaceTimed me. You were
Yeah.
on some beautiful island. I don't know, doing what Eric does, and
Yeah.
I got to see the choreo. Shout out to those people. I love that.
Well, before we shuffle and head out to the next hand here at the poker table of Callahan's, we're gonna ask you to go all in. Put all your chips behind a Mobile area musician, and maybe someone we don't know, maybe someone that we could have on the podcast in the future, or whoever. Don't limit it. Just
Okay.
Put all your chips behind a Mobile area artist.
I'm going to go with my girl, Cat Deal.
Oh yeah.
Love Cat. Love what she's doing. A real sweetie pie. And for the ladies. I love
Absolutely.
the group of women that are here in this area playing music and doing their thing. I love it. So
Yeah, me too.
it's hard to name just one, but
It's very inspiring to see it. Such a community. Like we're all a community, but it does feel like there's a wealth of female artists, and I think that's great.
there's something for everybody. Like there's, it's just, it's so much going on. And, shout out to you and Lynn for giving us this opportunity to talk about it
we
and
just love
showcase
Mobile
it.
music, and we're trying to tell more people about it.
Exactly. They need to get hip.
That's right.
Get hip.
And the Mobile music scene would not be the same without you, Symone French. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Love y'all.
Love you. And a big thanks to each of you for tuning in to Dealing the Mobile Sound. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. We are on all of the social media platforms. And again, big thank you to Callahan's for providing us the location and the love to make this podcast possible. And also a big thank you to Will and the Bushmen for providing the intro and outro music. If you'd like to hear more of Symone's music, as well as the music from all of our incredible guests, tune into mobilebayradio.com. Until next time, I'm Eric Erdman, and thank you for listening.